Good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. Belinda here from Visualized NZ, and here on a rainy Monday winter's day. Hope you've had a great weekend. I had a lovely relaxing weekend, but I really need to get cracking on this Cafe Flowers journal if I'm going to have it ready in time for my friend's birthday, which is a week tomorrow. So under the pump a bit to get this done. I haven't done a lot since you've last seen it. I put in this page here that I did in one of my videos last week. I coloured it off camera, so I don't know if you can see that. This is the collage page that I did in a video last week as well. And then yesterday I spent some time stitching this paper onto the music sheet or sheet music. So hopefully you can see that stitching. I don't know if it's focusing, but I really like this technique for pages where you want to be able to see through what's in the background, because that's why we use sheet music, because it's an interesting look. Using very thin paper so that it shows through, but which you can write on, and then hand stitching some running stitch around it, I think just is a lovely touch. So I spent time doing that last night. I glued on some of my handmade ruffles, which are made from painty wet wipes that I've dried off. These are from when I'm doing jelly printing, so I don't waste them. I cut them into strips and then sew them into ruffles. And I was going to say, I think that's all I've done, but no, I've inked around all the pages. Did that yesterday because I didn't want to do that on camera because that would be boring. So that's the altered paper clip I made in last Tuesday's Trash Craft Tuesday. So pop along and see that if you want to see that video, how I made it. This is the little page thing that I made. That's in another video as well, with flip out bits and tags and journaling cards. And then one other thing that I've done in this journal, which is this. So this is a decorated paper bag that I had in my stash, and I thought it fitted well with the theme of Cafe Flowers. So I've just glued it down top and bottom so I can use it as a belly band. And then over here is another ruffle on the same paper. Right, so that's all I've done. So I've got a heap to do. And what I thought first up is I want to add lots of lace in this journal. I want to really amp up the femininity, the prettiness, just the stuff, I guess, the stuff that decorates it. So I want to use lace on the, I guess what you call the plainer pages. So not the backs of the digitals, but things like this coffee dyed grid paper. So I'm just looking for the next bit of paper. So I've got eco dyed page here that I want to put a bit of lace on. And I've got my shoebox here of lace. I'm probably going to have to shuffle a bit here so you can actually see. This is, oops, don't fall over journal. I don't want you going for a dunk in my cup of coffee. This is my box of lace. I've got an overflow bag of smaller pieces that I go to as well. I think I mentioned that I went to like a garage sale, but she was giving stuff away, and I got all the lace in here. I got this really interesting trim, not exactly, it's actually elasticated as well, a length of Velcro, some of this eyelet lace, this lace here, and all these laces here on cards are all ones that she gave me, which is just super exciting to get all these different colours, pink and blue and yellow. I don't often get yellow, so that was really exciting. And some white, and then this sort of tealy colour. Hopefully you can see this. I'm not sure how well the camera is focusing because I haven't tried lifting things up before with the new camera. I'm hoping it does well. So I've got this lace, and then all the rest of lace I've accumulated from various places. So I want some lace to go on the edge of this page, so I'm just going to have to move that forward a little bit out of camera view, I think, to think about what sort of lace I want on this page. And I've got quite a bit of this lace from the lady. It's just a lovely little white lace. I'm thinking that might be a nice one on this page. I need to coffee dye some of this as well. Yeah, I'm just going to add, actually, do I want to double layer lace? I don't often, or I don't think I've ever double layered lace down a page border. But I'm thinking maybe today's the day. If I can find something that I want to layer it with, that could be the tricky. This blue one, interesting. This one's double-sided. So it's got the center strip and then the same pattern on both sides. And this pink one's the same, only it's single-sided. So that was quite helpful actually when I saw that, because it means I can get double the length out of this if I actually trim it in half. But I'm just wondering, blue might not be the right colour on this page because this is a pinky yellow. I could double layer that with that white lace. No, not on this page anyway. I see I'm going to end up in a right mess today. So I'm just going to go ahead and put down some of this white lace. This edge is not straight, so I am going to give that a trim. So hopefully you had a lovely weekend. We had quite a relaxing weekend, I guess. Went out to the local farmers market, which I said last week we were going to do. And that was really lovely. Caught up with a lady I haven't seen for at least a good year. She lives locally to me. So that sounds really bad, doesn't it? But, you know, life gets in the way, and, you know, she's got her life as well. And her daughter, adult daughter, came home to live during that year. So she's been busy occupied with her family life and things. So, yeah, it was really nice just to have a catch up. And we bought some things at the farmer's market. And my husband bought this goat cheese. I don't know, maybe it's labna. It's quite soft, like a dip. And I don't typically like goat's cheese or anything goat. I find it very off-putting. We had a foster child once who used goat's milk because they had a dairy allergy. And we both tried it then. This is going back a few years now. And oh my gosh, it was so disgusting. And it's put me off anything goat since. So anyway, my husband, while I was chatting with this lady, he bought some. And he showed it to me, and I was like, oh, great. He obviously didn't hear me when I said, as we were going past the goat's cheese stall, that I don't like goat's cheese. So anyway, I was like, okay, well, he's bought it. So he brought it home, and he had some for lunch and said, try this. So I tried a bit, and actually I was very pleasantly surprised. It's got a tang, but it doesn't have that really funky goat taste. Hopefully I'm in camera when I'm gluing this down. I'm just gluing lace on, that's all I'm doing at the moment. Yeah, so it's quite yummy. So I've been enjoying that on crackers for an afternoon snack. And he's been having it with everything. So yeah, so I'd quite happily buy that again. It's actually quite yummy and nice to have something a bit different. I'm really struggling for space. I'm back at home recording. I will be back at hubby's work again later this week. I'm not sure how many days I'm going to be doing in Rangiora. That's where he works this week, because he's got Friday off and we're going to town on Friday. So I need to do a video ahead for Friday since we're going out. So I need to also get that done. So yeah, not sure how many days I'm going to do, whether I'll do 2 or whether I'll end up going there tomorrow as well, which will be Trashcraft Tuesday day. That sounds funny, doesn't it? Trashcraft Tuesday day. It's correct, but it sounds weird. Okay, so that's really pretty. I like that. I'm just kind of wondering whether I want to do it on both sides. I've never done it on both sides of the page. And since I want to pack this journal full of goodies, I'm like, why not? Let's do it on both sides of the pages. For this one anyway. Yeah, so he bought the goat's cheese. He bought a few bits of meat. I have to say, expensive, great quality, really good quality, but expensive. Not normally what we would spend on meat, but we're eating a lot less meat, so I guess, you know, it all works out in the end. Yeah, bit pricey, but I'm sure we will enjoy every morsel. Got some beef cheeks and some sirloin steak, and what else, some mince and bacon. And the bacon's really yummy. We had some of that for breakfast yesterday morning with our eggs. And he bought, what else did he buy? He bought a chutney that's sugar free, because we are sugar free. So it's really nice. It's like a coconut and peach kind of chutney, but heavy on the chili. I think it's actually a bit unbalanced. It's got a heat that hits you right at the top of your throat, mouth, with a vengeance, and kills all the flavour that you got from the fruity and coconut flavours in the first instance. And to me, that's unbalanced. If the chili is so heavy that it kills all the other flavours, yeah, I'm not so keen to buy that again. I was really excited to have a sugar-free chutney option, but yeah, so maybe might talk to the lady and say, look, this needs to be brought back a little bit, or do you have another version which hasn't got such a chili hit? And it was chili powder too, so it wasn't like fresh chili, and chili powder has its own sort of quality that is not as nice as fresh chili. Right, really happy with that. Okay, so that's those. So let's have a look at the next plainer page. Got this eco dyed one. I really want to use this blue, but I don't think it's really going to work. I mean, it's not too bad on that page. Let's try it over the page. Maybe on this one. Actually, yes, on this one, on this lined, vintage lined paper. I'm going to put this one here. And the last thing he bought was some keto slice. So the store beside the meat place had a couple of keto products, and one of them was a chocolate and raspberry slice. And he bought 2 pieces, and then she gave him a smaller piece free. So we've had the smaller piece, we halved it, and it's actually really, really yummy. Really yummy. So we've still got 2 pieces in the fridge to enjoy at some stage. I'm not sure when we're going to have it. We're just sort of using it as a treat, you know, not having it all the time, but looking forward to those next couple of pieces. So yeah, so that was a lovely day, and it was super warm on Saturday. It was a beautiful, beautiful day, really mild, quite windy, but very mild for a winter's day. I think it was sort of up the 16, 17 degrees. So it brought a lot of people down to the market, which was lovely for the stall holders. And today we're down to, this morning I think it was 2.7 degrees. So just a little different in temperature. Now I'm just going to do the one side, I think, with this one. And again, I'm thinking, do I double layer it? So I'm going to just have a little play here and see. That is kind of pretty. Or do I use the pink on the back? I might put the pink on the back and still keep an open mind about double layering the other one. Or this one even. No, I'm just going to single layer. I seem to be on a mission to use up all my lace, which would be highly improbable since I've actually got quite a good stash of lace. And I've mentioned in previous videos about creative junk. It's my favourite place to go hunting for supplies. Fill a bag for, I thought it was $15, but I think it's only $10 because I had a look on their website just to check their opening hours because they're not open all the time. And good thing I did because we were thinking about going on Monday, but they're not open on Mondays. So we're going Friday. So yeah, fill a bag for $10 of whatever, and I'm so looking forward to it. So I'll probably do like a haul video next week after we've been there, and show you the types of things that we get there. It's just super fun. You never know quite what you're going to get in terms of, you know, things move through there quite quickly. I was really disappointed one day. I saw some old coins, old pennies in a dish, and some things are priced for the item, so they're not part of the fill your bag deal. And I thought, oh, surely they are part of, you know, the a separate cost. So I didn't get them, and then I came back round later and had another look, and I couldn't see any price on them, and they were with other stuff that was part of the fill your bag, and I was like, oh well, maybe they are. And I sort of ummed and ahed and walked around and did another round and came back and they were gone. I kicked myself, particularly because my husband collects coins, or was interested in coins, and I was just like, oh, silly woman, why did I not grab them? Okay, now I've just made a mistake here. I've put the pink on the other side. It should have been on this side. I don't think it's going to matter. I'm too busy talking. Yeah, so sometimes it pays to just pick up and ask the question, and then you can always put them back if the, you know, if they end up being a price that you don't want to pay. And I've always regretted that. That was probably a year, maybe 18 months ago that happened. It's not something I'm going to forget in a hurry. But I've learnt my lesson. It's like, if you're even slightly interested, put it in your bag, or, you know, pick it up and carry it around, or go take it to the counter and check, because things do disappear quickly. It's very popular with the homeschoolers who pick up supplies for doing craft and art and stuff with their kids. So it's a super cool resource, and can you tell, I'm so looking forward to going on Friday, having not been for over a year, I think, since I last got to go there. And part of me is like, oh, what have I been missing out all this time? But honestly, it's not like I actually need anything. But I am planning on at least one bag, maybe even 2 bags worth, because I don't get to go very often, and because I'm now back full-time making journals, I am using things. So yeah, super excited. Sorry, I think I just jostled the tripod then. Okay, and back to the here to see. Now I've got this on this page. Wonder if we can find a wider lace to go along this, because it's a narrower page. This eyelet trim is also out of what the lady gave me. Oh, that would be super, super pretty, wouldn't it? Let's go with that. It's like an eyelet trim that's got sewn on a different bit of eyelet trim as a ruffle. So very, very pretty. Looks like it's designed to go on a coat hanger, decorator coat hanger. But it's going to decorate my journal page. Oops. I think these scissors need a sharpen. Right, so we'll put one on here. So, oh, a bit trimmed off here. So on this side, the front side. Oh, that sounds like it's sleeting outside. Oh, yes, I really love that. I'm just looking at where I can glue it. Because I can't glue the holes. It's not going to work. And would you believe all the cats are outside in this weather? They all wanted to go outside. I think they're crazy. They could be lined up at the door wanting back in for all I know, but I am doing my video, kids. You'll have to wait. Right, and maybe I can get a little bit along that edge as well. Hopefully I'm gluing in the right spot. Oops, kind of. A little bit over in places. Oh, look, that's super pretty. Love that. And I actually love the contrast between the white and the brown paper. I think that's super cool. Okay, now find the other page, the other half of that paper, and do the same thing on this one. So it feels good to actually be getting something done in this journal. I am struggling with filming away. It's great and all that, like it's a good space and it's enabling us to save on our firewood, etc. But I do struggle with actually getting things achieved that I need to get achieved in my journals. So we got firewood delivered on Saturday and it's good wood. I was a bit worried it might not be dry enough, but it's good. But we're still going to be burning for a while, so I don't want to sort of get carried away and think, oh yeah, I can stay home now and we'll all be good for our wood. Whoops, I am totally gluing in the wrong place for this. Oh dear, what am I going to do? Well, first I will glue down where I should glue. Somehow I glued way too high. So there, got that. Now I've got this glue line. Might have to put something else down there. Let's go back to this lace, this finer lace. I feel like it might need a bit of colour though. Yeah, that's too much. Too much. Needs to be something different. Maybe the yellow. Let's see what the yellow is going to look like. Yeah, so sort of reached the crunch point time. I seem to have quite a while to get this journal down, and now I'm like down to a week and thinking, oh boy, I don't mind that. I'm just going to put that there just on this one because I've mucked up and glued where I shouldn't have glued. And I could use a strip of paper, decorative strip of paper, or you know, any number of ways I could fix it. But you know, I said I was going to amp up the lace, so let's amp up the lace and use another bit. And it will hide my mistake perfectly. So there we go. And that looks fine. And now I'm covered in glue. My fingers are all sticky. Okay, so back to... So we've still got this one. We haven't put anything on this one yet. I'm thinking it's going to have to be a plain white lace. It's frolicking in my... Got this one that's a multicoloured, white with multicolours. No, it doesn't work at all. Don't like that. Not on this. That Velcro's really annoying me, getting in the way. Got a green one, but I don't think this will work either. Because it's the wrong green. It's better than the other one, but not fussed. Sometimes I find no matter how much lace I've got, it's quite hard to find one to suit a particular page or whatever I'm wanting the lace for. Sometimes it's to decorate ephemera. Yep, this one. I'll put this one here. And I'm not being too choosy. I just want ones that don't clash or look weird. And I'm trimming it slightly longer, I think, than what I need. And I'll just go in after the video and trim off the little bits I don't need. Just making sure I glue it down the right way. And this one I should just need one line of glue, so I won't have any gluey mistakes this one. So yeah, I'd love to know what you got up to at the weekend. Do anything exciting? Sort of wasn't it, apart from Saturday, which was a beautiful day. It wasn't a great day yesterday for doing stuff outside or going places. So we went to church in the morning and then came home and spent a relaxed afternoon, watched a bit of TV, then hubby went to have a nap, and I did some work on this journal. So that was great. Anything I can do is good. Right, where are you? There you are. This one's got this blue edging on this paper. It was a part of a letterhead sort of type paper. But that doesn't matter, we'll just put some lace over top of most of it. A little bit will show. Yeah, so not much of a day for doing things, but maybe you went to the movies or something. Maybe you crafted. Maybe you caught up on some of my videos. That would be cool. Oops, come on. Doesn't want to stretch out properly. Stick down. Here we go. And have we got any more pages that need lace? Just one more, the centre one. Okay, I'm just going to move the journal to the side because it's becoming a little difficult to work with. And let's look for something for this. Maybe this multicoloured one that I had before. What will that one look like? Because this has got different colours in it. Not convinced actually. Yeah, this one. Doesn't look like I've got enough of it. I could put different lace though. I don't need to use the same lace. No, it blends in too much anyway. What else have we got in here? This wee sort of creamy yellow lace. That blends in a bit too much too. What about red? I've got red. I think this might have been in the lot that the lady gave me as well. Oh, I like that. It sort of picks up the pink in the paper. So let's do some red. That's a bit of fun. And a pattern I haven't seen before too on this one. Oops. Right, I'm just going to move this box out of my way, get it off my table, so just Give me a couple of seconds. I really need a better storage solution because this box is actually starting to fall apart and very hard to pick up. Right, pop it on the floor. So some I've put lace on both sides of the page and some I've just put on one side. So I'm just going to put this one on one side. I can always go back in later and add a bit more if I think I want it on the other side. Once I've bound the journal, it's easy to do. It's probably easier because the journal sort of stays in place a bit better, I feel. There, that's pretty. I like that. Nice to have different colours of lace available. So I'll be hunting for some more at Creative Junk. If I see it, I will be grabbing it. Sometimes there's heaps and sometimes there's none. So it's really luck of the draw, timing and when you go, whether who's been there and had a pick through or what's been donated to them, what's come in. Right, yes, do like that. That's pretty. Right, very happy. Got that done. Oops, left out that bit of lace. Pop that away. And bring back. See, that's a centre one. I almost do need to do it both sides. I can fix it up later. That's okay. We'll just leave that for now. And think about the next. Oh, I can feel it, you know, starting to chunk up on that edge. Oh, doesn't that look pretty? Can you see all that goodness? Oh, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Whoops. Better not put it upside down, which I did put that one in upside down. There we go, that's better. Right, next I did have a thought. I just thought I'd show you. I've pulled these out of my stash that I thought I could pop in this journal. I'm not sure if I did this one on camera or not, so just a journaling tag. This is one of the trifold tags that I made on a video, and I went and added just a word from my vertical words kit on each of the other two and one on the front, just to tie in with the journal. And then this is the woven background journal card that I made in another video, and one of the simple flowers I made in yet another video. So I'm using stuff out of my videos, which is quite cool and satisfying. Okay, so I thought I'd just show those that I probably will end up putting in here, which will help with the amount of ephemera I need to make. Okay, friend who gave me my large circle punch also gave me quite a number of these square images, different styles. She was using them on coasters, decoupaging them on and sealing them up on tiles for coasters. She's not making them anymore, so she gave me all her printouts, and I picked out the ones that sort of had a cafe or floral theme, and there were a lot that had a cafe theme. So I've got heaps, you know, a good number, a couple of dozen of different ones. And I picked out these ones with the idea of, just find where I've put it, towards the back, my belly band bag. Oh, I forgot, I put this in as well. This is one of the multi-pockets that I made. I'm going to get sick of saying this in this video, in another video. And then one of my faux specimen cards from the first Trash Craft Tuesday. I've popped that in there. I forgot I'd added that in there. So I need to make some things for that pocket. Where's the bag that I put in here? I've lost it. Here it is. That's why, because that's slightly glued together. So I thought I need a journal card to fit in behind here. I'm just going to grab one of my glue pages off here. And I thought I would do a bit of collage with these cards for a journaling card to go in behind. So So I'm just going to trim down because this is a wee bit tall, and then see how it goes for size, for fitting. I don't know if you can see in the camera, probably not, but I've got bits of glue sticking up off all my fingers. It's distracting me. You probably can't tell, but it's definitely distracting me. Is that going to fit? No, too tall. I think I need, if I get rid of this top blank bit, I think I'll be fine on height. Try it again. Oops, rough edge, making it difficult to slide in there. Yes, so that's good for the height, and just need to lose a bit of the width. So this rough edge I'm going to trim off as well, and then it should be all good. So I'm just going to do a little bit of collaging to do a journal card for this. Yep, great. Okay. So it's getting a bit dry. I need another sip of coffee. Right. Oh, I've got to pick this glue off. It's driving me nuts. I don't like things interfering with my sense of touch, which is reduced anyway because of the arthritis. Right, I might not be able to get all four on. Let's see. Oops, sorry. I think I'm just going to adjust you a little bit, just so close your eyes for a sec. There, because every time I pushed on the table it was knocking the tripod and probably jiggling you. So I've just moved it out from the table a little bit to stop that happening. How am I going to arrange these? I think these are pretty, how they're all different colours and different styles of coffee. Got mocha, cafe au lait, espresso, and cafe parisienne, which isn't a style of coffee at all. But never mind. I could just be alright if I did half that cup. It would work fine. And then I don't really need the words on this, so if I just have, hang on, just trying to work this out. I'm going to work it so I get a bit of each, at least. So something like that could work. Okay. So I am going to just make a pencil mark to roughly show me where I had that lined up. Grab my glue book out. And I'm just going to glue the whole thing, even though quite a bit of it overhangs, because I didn't take a note of where it needed to be cut. And I'll just have to clean up my mat from any glue spill. Oh, not too bad actually. In fact, I might wrap that around. That will take care of that. There we go. And I've just got a little bit at the bottom to trim off. Okay, winning so far. So just reacquaint myself with roughly, I think I might put that on top, so this one next. Yeah, now that I'm doing this journal, actually I wouldn't mind doing another Cafe Flowers style journal, because I'm quite enjoying the theme. It's not one I've ever done before. So I'd love your thoughts too, you know, if I made one for sale, is it something that would appeal? I don't know if I've seen a Cafe Flowers style journal in particular anywhere else. It might be. Certainly haven't seen all the different ones out there. Oops. It's slightly crooked on a fold there. Still got glue on my fingers. Okay, now this one next. Need to bring that up slightly. So the background of these is quite neutral, so I'm thinking wrapping it around will add to the writing space. I won't need to cover up the bits that I wrap around because you can still write on them. Although I'm not really doing this as a writing journal, but I want the recipient to have the option to write on it if she so chooses. I think, yeah, about there should be fine. So if you can see that, like, this is quite neutral. So I'll just need to put some paper in the middle for writing on. So I'll probably collage the back as well with writing paper. Oops, it's got a little bit of an edge on. I just want to trim that off. I didn't quite cut it down properly. So these came with, they're just on photocopy paper and they had a white border around. So I trimmed them all up this morning, but obviously I didn't trim that one very well. And that one. And what projects are you guys working on at the moment? I do love when you share what you're doing. There's some good sharing happening in their Facebook group, Visual Vibes. So if you haven't popped along there, do pop along and ask to join. And there's a freebie available in the group. The first of what I intend to be many. So you're most welcome to come along there and hop in and participate, post what you've been making, say hi, grab a freebie, grab any freebie that comes along that I post. It'd be great to have you over there. So I will hopefully remember to put a link in the description box for that group so you don't have to try and find it, because things can be quite hard to find sometimes on Facebook, I've found. Brings up everything that you don't want, and then like what you want is buried. Now I could have actually distressed around the edges of those. I didn't think of it, so too late now. Can't stop playing with the glue on my fingers. Right, so I need some plain-ish paper for writing. I'll just find my bag. Of scraps for writing on. Yeah, I'm just digging around a bit of coffee dyed paper. Oh, I like that side. So I'll put a bit of that on. Yeah, so don't feel shy about popping into the group. It is a private group. I set it up a wee while ago for a different purpose, and I've reactivated it for my channel, and I didn't realise that I can't make it public. So it is a private group, but I think private's still good because it gives you some privacy of things that you post, or you know, if you don't want everybody to see them, then you can do that without the fear of, you know, if you're making a gift or something, that the person you're making it for will see it. So So yeah, so it is private because of that, but I don't think it's a bad thing. It just requires you to go through a joining process. And if you use Facebook a lot, then you're probably used to that anyway. Okay, I've got some old stamp album bit here. That was the fold line, so I'm just going to take that off. Oh, I didn't think it was actually going to fit, but it is just going to fit. So I'm going to take it a bit wider than the other bit of paper because I don't want them to be all lining up. Just checking which side I wanted to glue down. It's a piece of my childhood, this stamp album paper. A bit of my childhood and a bit of my brother's childhood. Right. Bringing out the card for the first time today. There we go. So we've got some writing space on the back, and I'm thinking maybe I'll corner round this one. Oops, I've got a little overhang at the bottom. I'll just trim that off first. There we go. Give it a corner round just because I like the look, and then I'm going to distress it. So hopefully you can see when I distress it the difference it makes. It's not necessarily about being vintage or even about aging. It does have that effect, but it does give it a border. It gives it an edge. So if you compare this, which is perfectly lovely. I love how these cups are arranged. But if I give it just this edge, it helps define. And it also does depend on how heavily you do it and also what colour, because you don't have to use like vintage photo. You could use a colour that ties in with whatever's on your item. I sometimes do that, but I need to get some more distress ink so I can do it a bit more often. But for this journal anyway, I'm wanting that vintage photo look because I think it ties in with the coffee theme. Looks like, you know, you've run it around a coffee cup effectively. I do have a feeling that I've got a coffee ring stencil, so I might have to have a look and see, because I think that would be quite fun. And I've got a little bit of lift here, so I'm just going to go in with my tacky glue and get that corner. I was having problems with this glue because doing videos I'd been not shutting it properly in between uses, and I got glue all stuck in the nozzle here and it wouldn't shut properly. So I ran it some boiling water through it yesterday for quite a bit, and then I used hot water from the tap. Only got my fingers burnt a couple of times. It was okay, and that seems to have done the trick, but now it's pushing glue out the bottom from under the cap. I'm not quite sure how that works. I might have to grab one of the other bottles and then put that glue in it, because I've got a few bottles of that particular glue. Right, so you can see how that edge just gives it a nice edge. I'm just going to have a wee look, if you don't mind. Of course you can't tell me if you mind, because so let's just try not to knock the camera. I'm thinking that somewhere in here there is a coffee ring on as part of a stencil, which would be super if there is. What's that one? That one. There's some nice floral ones I could use. in the French style. Okay, no. I don't know why. I thought I had a coffee ring stencil. Maybe in the smaller ones. Try the smaller ones. Feather, like the feather. No. Oh well. Maybe it's just that I saw one for sale or something and thought that would be a good alternative to having a stamp of a coffee ring. Maybe that was it. Oh well, there we go. You just got a brief flick through of my stencils. Put them back down where they were. Clean the bits of paper off my scissors. Just give myself a little bit more space to do the next, move on to the next thing. How long have we been going for? Almost an hour. Gosh, I probably need to call this video done actually. So put this journal card away in the belly band. I'm thinking I might need to go in and put something else on that, although I do like it as is. So I think I'll just leave it for now. So we've got the flowers here and then the cafe aspect in behind. Also need to do a tag to put in here. The ones I pulled out are too wide, so I'll need to do one specifically for that bag. So there, I'll call that a video for now. Got some things achieved, so I'm happy with progress on there. And I'll probably switch the camera back on and do another session of this because I do need to film ahead, because I've got to do an extra video before the weekend, one for Friday and one then for Monday, the 2 days when I'm not going to be available. So I will see you back. I don't know when the next part of this video will air, but you'll see it at some point. Thanks for joining me. I hope you have a great day. Stay warm or stay cool, depending where in the world you are. Okay, see you next time. Bye-bye.